Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hook Henshins. This week's episode 6 of Revice. Which, by the way, a little update. My Revice driver is shipping, so hopefully getting that soon. I'm going to do a review on that. It's been a bit of a struggle because of I guess production in Japan on that has been kind of hard, and they have to like get it out in waves basically. So not everybody's been getting them lickety split. So totally cool. Don't care. I'll definitely do a toy review on that for sure. But anyway, this week's episode was pretty damn good. Um, so last week we got the reveal of Kamen Rider Evil. I think that's what they're going to go with. They haven't really said his name yet, which is odd. But um, so a lot of people were thinking it was George. Other people were thinking it was Daiji. Other people were thinking it was that Kadota guy, the one that was like basically deranked because he messed up in the first episode. Um, so this episode reveals that it was Daiji, and that what happened was everybody else got knocked out by him. Actually, right before all that happened, George found him and said, "Hey, I got a driver right here you can use. Definitely, here you go." Not Daiji, and of course, not knowing it was gonna kind of work against his favor. So he puts it on the evil driver or whatever they call it, and gives him the bat stamp as well. And it would seem that when he's transformed, and for right now, he's being controlled by his inner demon. We've not seen physically what this inner demon looks like. I believe that the demon's name would be Live, if that's what we're going with, because the of the leak type stuff that came out way before the show started. That the one rider would be called Kamen Rider Evil, and then they would have a partner demon that would be called Live or whatever. And then apparently a bunch of his powers would be like sort of based around evil like Showa riders and stuff. So don't know how that's gonna go. But anyway, spectacular suit, a spectacular debut fight, just completely kicks the shit out of Icky and Vice. It's really kind of sad because Icky's getting his butt kicked and Vice is like, "Huh? Hey, don't you bully my friend!" And he runs at him to get in his way, and he gets his ass kicked anyway. Poor Vice. I know that his voice actor is still a trash human being, but I'm kind of enjoying the character. Um. Anyway, um, yeah. So he kicks butt for a while, and then detransforms, and it's just Daiji. At least we think anyway. And I'm trying to think of where's the plot of everything that happened here. Hold on. Uh, 1 second. Right. So there's a lawyer situation. Basically, somebody had like a car accident happened, and they were getting blamed for it, even though the driver they even told them directly they were distracted and was willing to be guilty for it. This lawyer, who you find out later has been contracted by the Dead Man's, is basically threatening his clientele, and on like anybody he represents or whatever, so that he'll win. So that basically making them say whatever the opposite thing is that'll help him win the case, because he kind of sucks as a lawyer. And so you find out that he's actually been, because the guy that this that did the like was the driver of this car accident, all of a sudden switches and said that he wasn't, and then the other person like jumped in the road or whatever they said. So we have Icky and Vice kind of like sort of becoming like private investigators, sort of, which is kind of interesting because they're technically contracted to Phoenix now to be able to use the driver officially. So makes you wonder if Phoenix condones this or not. But you get this really funny aesthetic between him and Vice, where they do like this good cop, bad cop, buddy cop type situation, and they're trying to get information, and they go to the lawyer's place, and Vice is like, yeah, let's take a look around, and blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, it's in the safe. The stamp is in there. He's like, oh, open the safe, and he's like, I don't have to do that, because he doesn't. And it's really interesting to see how, because Icky is a lot smarter than I thought a main rider was going to be for this season. I wasn't sure. Not that they've been stupid, but he's very like perceptive, very like observant. So they set up a plan. There's a point in that scene right there where they go to the lawyer's place and did that whole investigation-y thing kind of. And Vice says, hey, you know what, Icky, he's not really going to work with us. Let's just get going. He's not going to give us what we want. And so they go about their business, not knowing that he had basically been set up. So while this is happening, you see Daiji in a few different scenes not feeling himself. At dinner, they make this curry, or Sakura does, and it's super, super crazy spicy, like to the point where Icky and his dad are like about to basically vomit because of how spicy it is. And Daiji just eats all of it and is like, that was fine, whatever, and walks out like it wasn't a big deal. And they don't really think anything of it. They just think he had like a crazy day because they didn't see him for a good chunk of the day. Um, and so and the interesting thing is that right now the dead mans don't really know who this other rider is. Um, and so we get a bit more backstory on the lawyer and his whole thing about basically scaring his clients and his opponent's clients into like losing and blah blah blah, so he can be successful using the stamp, with the monster and all of that. Um, and I'm trying to think how it all goes together. One second. It's been a little bit since I watched the episode. I watched it at the beginning of this week. Um, what is all to go down? Right. So they end up setting up a plan. They didn't just leave before when they left the lawyer's office. Vice had found some information on one of the clients. They contacted her, and then it showed in an earlier episode he can like possess like technology. Icky brought the stamp with him and stamped her phone when he went by her and put Vice onto her phone. She went to meet with the lawyer, and he saw everything and recorded it. So then when they got back, he had all that footage ready or whatever. So kind of a cool little thing that Vice has like these different forms he can be in to kind of help and do things. Again, I'm thinking that for right now he's playing along, and there'll be kind of like like how in O's like Ankh was kind of a dick for a while and actually verging on pretty evil at certain points. I think that'll start to happen with Vice as well. If it's any indication what's happened with Daiji, with his demon being like in control of him right now, I'm thinking that might lead to like one of the new forms that Revice get, the Revian Vice get, is like Vice forcibly taking control and him learning to like push that out and like be able to inhabit the body together, kind of a thing. I don't know, but yeah. So they end up fighting the monster, and they do end up defeating it. I think this is the one where they use the X8 skateboard thing, or maybe that's supposed to be next. That's next episode. But they are able to defeat it. Um, and before this, we also see uh, for one, like I said, George gave him the driver, so George is not as much of a good person as we thought, which kind of sucks. But I mean, it's to be seen if he's evil, or if he's just like wanting to see what his experiments will do, basically. But at the end of the episode, they say, "Oh, we lost, blah blah blah," and like, yeah, but we still have one asset, one Achilles heel, and it shows Olteka, the one with the bowl cut, at this gym that Sakura either runs or owns or whatever it is, the one that the like uh, karate dojo that she frequents, and he's there and he's helping her like stretch out and stuff like that. So clearly he's trying to like keep tabs on her and get close to her and stuff like that. So that's terrifying. Like, yeah, that Achilles heel, and then Julio is like, and another one. They're like, what? And up comes who we don't know who it is at first, till it zooms up to the face, and it's Daiji with this like super emo haircut and like weird painted fingernails and dark clothes and shit, very emo looking. And he mentions that Daiji is not there, and that it's Kagura or Kaigura, or I can't remember the name, but the demon has a name of some sort. They mention some name that is in control of Daiji's body right now. So, like I said, I think what using that driver did was it and unfortunately put the demon in control, whereas the Revice driver is able to give the demon a separate physical form, but not allow them to possess the person. This driver seems to forcibly push the demon and the demon bearer together as one thing. Um, so yeah, so right now Daiji is not Daiji. I'm thinking he'll eventually pull off and be in control and eventually be good. Maybe help reform live if that's what they're gonna do. I don't know, but it's really interesting to see this so quickly, so early on that that's what they're going for with this. We also see in the promo for next episode that Kadota, that one red driver that was in the lab in like episode 2 or 3, that Daiji saw him, was like, please let me use this, and he wouldn't let him. George wouldn't let him. Kadota has it, and he has the a spider what's it called, stamp, and it's a whole new suit. I think someone translated it from something that it's Kamen Rider Demons, which is kind of funny because it doesn't seem to be that he would have a demon with him anymore now, especially because the first episode it was contracted out when he tried to use the Rex bottle, or Rex, not bottle, the Rex. I was thinking of build the Rex stamp. So it'll be interesting to see that, but the suit looks nice. The suit looked really nice. I really like it. So I believe if I'm thinking about this right with how tropes go in Rider, I would think Daiji would technically be the secondary, and then Kadota would be the tertiary. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're gonna flip things around. But usually we get a lot more like right away characterization on whoever ends up being the primary and secondary than we do on the tertiary until a little later. Geo, I guess, is a little different, but we don't find a lot about Waz throughout either anyway. So, um, but yeah, it's interesting to see. Like I said, I'm definitely interested with it. I think the episode overall, I probably would give it a strong 9 out of 10. I really did like the whole like Law and Order, courtroom aesthetic with him like trying to solve the crime and figure out what's going on. I liked Vice in this episode a lot. I think he had a lot of funny lines, and I like that he was actually thinking of like Icky's well-being. I thought that was really interesting, especially with a few episodes before him being like, "Screw you, I want to eat your mom." Um, so overall, I really liked it. Like I said, strong 9 out of 10, only because I wanted to see more of Evil in that suit in general, and just what he's doing, and hopefully we get some little more details eked out here and there about the demon that is inside of Daiji's body, and if he'll ever be able to befriend it or tame it in any way, and how that'll go. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I'm sorry if I sound like I rambled a little bit. Like I said, I was trying to recall all the little pieces that happened. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of the episode. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you think it wasn't as good? Did you like Vice in this episode? Again, stressing the fact that his voice actor is human trash. Um, and let me know what you guys thought of the episode. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen with Daiji and his demon? With Kadota, does Kadota even have a demon? Or is his form, in his belt, utilizing demon DNA to give him power, or what it's doing? Look up that suit too. I'll have to find a picture of it for the next review, but it looks nice. Kamen Rider Demons, it's a nice suit. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed everything today, the episode, the review, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for liking and sharing and watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, disliking the video too. It's all interaction. I don't really care. It's totally fine. We don't have to agree on everything. Follow me on social media, Reader Soul Rider Red, and also Sergeant Hooked On. Right now, I think I'm still Shinichigo, or maybe it's I don't know, on Liveman, because I'm currently watching Liveman, and then clearly on TikTok at Sergeant Hooked on Henshins as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Stay hooked on Henshins. Bye bye.